Okay, I love Pokemon, but I have a bit of a problem with this. See, Onix is known to be one of the worst fully evolved Pokemon, genuinely less strong than Spinder. Now, it did get an evolution, but today we will be playing a game without Steelix. And yet, a straight out of the wild Onix with no levels added to it from any sort of grinding can sweep blue. This is because he leads Pidgeot as I lead with the Onix I caught on Victory Road. See, at level 45, even with 0 IVs or stat XP, Pidgeot can't one-shot Onix even with a crit Sky Attack, and Sky Attack is a 2-turn move. This means that no matter what, at least every other turn, I can do whatever I want, except for using Revive since I only have one Pokemon. And what I want to do is use a few X speeds to outspeed Blue's entire team, and then an X accuracy. This is because the X accuracy, like everything else, works a little differently in Gen 1. Instead of increasing your accuracy by one stage, it makes all moves skip accuracy checks. Like for example Toxic, which I hit Pidgeot with. But I obviously can't sweep Blue with Toxic, I'll crumple to a single special attack. But there's actually a move that is only affected by increases to your accuracy in Generation 1, Fissure. Now if you're very clever, you'll know that Fissure only works if you're a higher level than your opponent. Wait, no, that's Gen 2 onwards. In Gen 1, it only works if you're faster than your opponent. Oh, well that's Blue defeated. But that's not enough content for one video, so let's do it again in Fire Red. This time Onix needs a Hard Stone, an attack boosting nature, and 10 protein to have sufficient stats at the max level it can be caught at of 48, but I'm still counting it since no grinding was needed, nor any rare candy uses. Again, he leads Pidgeot as I lead Onix. This time I set up a substitute to avoid accuracy drops from Sand Attack and attack drops from Feather Dance. I first spam X defends to make sure that Pidgeot needs a crit from Aerial Ace to deal any meaningful damage to my substitute, resetting it and healing with a full restore when necessary. I then set up 6x speed so that I can outspeed and set up the substitute easier, 8x attacks to shake off a Feather Dance and get to +6, and 6x accuracies to max my accuracy even though I only really need one to make Rock Slide 100% accurate. I can get away with this because Pidgeot can't hit me with Whirlwind because I only have one Pokemon. The issue is Blue refuses to switch in this position, so I'm basically safe to do whatever I want. I could set up 6x special if I cared to, but I don't, so I just heal up and one-shot Pidgeot with a Rock Slide. Next up is Rhydon, who is really bulky and just barely guaranteed to fall to an Earthquake. That is Exeggutor, who actually survives a Rock Slide and hits with a Giga Drain, but that's what the substitute is for. Exeggutor falls to a Rock Slide, Gyarados' Intimidate can't save them from a Rock Slide, Alakazam is like a church that needs earthquake proofing, and Charizard, do I even need to say it? Game Freak, why did you add X items to the game? They're completely broken. Even more broken than potions somehow. They're not as bad as revives. If you enjoyed this and want to see more, please consider liking and subscribing, and always remember, if you feel like naming your product X anything, it might be a bad idea. Elon. Then again, I liked Pokemon X and Y, so who knows?